Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Edgar Mendez, and today we're going to be doing a reading focused on what do you need to hear most right now. This is an all signs reading. I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. I do appreciate all those likes and comments. I see them, I appreciate them, and I'm just sending my love. I'm sending my love to you now. It matters. I just want to let you know that it really does. And I do have services up, including live stream readings. If you want to partake, it will be for Sunday. I'm not sure when I'll release this video, but it will be for Sunday. Just be on the lookout if that's something that interests you or any other readings. I also do Akashic karma clearing. That's been selling out a lot, by the way. That one has been being booked. But yeah, I just want to let you all know that anything that kind of jumps out at you, it's anything that feels like it's calling out to you, take a look at it. All right. But I think that's it. I'm just happy you're here. Don't forget to like and comment. Yeah, that does help me out. We're gonna go from Aries all the way down to Pisces, and let's see who we have here. We have Saint Germain, who's going to be answering. I think the majority, but Metatron will also be coming in. So let's get started. Okay, we're at 1 minute and 25 seconds for Aries. So let's take a look here. Saint Germain, what do you have to say? Like, what does Aries need to know most right now, at this present moment in time? I see currently you are navigating over some obstacles and barriers in your life. It kind of feels like, okay, I gotta say it like this. It is just received, but it's a strange thing, a strange imagery. But I see you being chased by something, followed by something, and you're like, trying to lose it, right? Whatever this is. So this energy kind of catch up with you, and you make this turn, and you've like got rid of it, and you're wondering, have I lost that? Is it gone for good or something like that? Yeah, it is. But I feel like there's like that moment, right, where you're like not sure. I do feel you leaving energies, leaving people, places, things behind you, and there's that feeling: is it going to come back, or is it going to catch up with me in some way, shape, or form? No. I do feel as though like you are navigating over these obstacles as well, and blockages that are in your life, and you're doing it very successfully as well. And I understand how slow everything really feels, does it not? All of us, we want a lot fast. It is what it is. Don't think I'm not right there. We want a ton. We want everything. But in reality, everything is slow on this place. As annoying as that sounds, and is, because it really is annoying. That's just how it is here. So it's important that you know that what you're doing and how you're navigating your life is very successful at the moment. But the benefits that you'll be reaping, and you will be reaping these benefits, will come eventually, right? Or you'll have the benefits of them starting to like kind of rain down in your life right now. I am seeing the driving imagery again. I see rain, right? It's like you're in a storm and you're trying to get out. Yes, you're going to get out of this. It does require you to keep going and keep believing that you're going to make it through this. And weather whatever storm you're in, whatever obstacles you are overcoming. I am seeing you really getting over some hills and hurdles that have been keeping you stuck for a while as well. And what you need to know most is that it's working. What you're doing right now is working. And it does require, though, right, you to believe more in yourself and believe that what you're doing is working. I really do understand how hard it is when it comes to our mind, because it really does want to not believe, doesn't it? Right? It really wants to really work against us. But it's important that you start to get your mind on track and get your mind to work with you, not against you. But that does require you to kind of take the reins, and that's what you're doing now. So just don't let your mind I want to say fill you with doubt and fill you with negativity, because that's going to slow you down. Saint Germain saying, think of like doubt and negativity like rubble underneath your tires, right? It's going to that traction is going to slow your pace. But if you keep believing, right, that everything's working out perfectly, because absolutely is, everything is always working out perfectly. I know how hard that one is to take in, but it is. When you really believe that, and right, you're going to be skating by very quickly. I feel like this is actually a very important pivotal point in your life right now, because if you don't take in, right, like let's say, I think like your situation, whatever you're currently, whatever you're overcoming, it's difficult, right? But if you were to believe, I want you to pay attention to the fact that I believed and it worked out for me. I know that it seems like, I don't know, sometimes we kind of brush things off like it's no big deal, but it's important that you, for your mind's sake, for you to really acknowledge that you did do it, right? Because if your mind tries to come up with that negative or that doubt again in the future, you can remind it what you've already done. It's one of the things that I do when I do a core belief update for people. I place a statue. It's not a statue, like an award, like a trophy, and it's a reminder to their subconscious that they've overcome way worse than what they're facing right in front of them. And it's the truth. Haven't you overcome stuff that is unbelievable? I know I have, right? And you overcome it, and you remind yourself, I did work, I did bigger stuff, right? This is no big deal, and that's what I want to. That's what I want to say about the situation you're currently in. I think you need to remember it. Sorry, Saint Jimmy's showing me a snow globe, right? Put it in the snow globe, and remind yourself that you've done this. Okay. Memorialize it. That's what he says. Memorialize it. All right. Anything else about what Aries needs to know right now? No, you are going to overcome this. You are going to get through this. I see you not moving through it, you going around it as well. I don't know if that's helps you or not, but that's how I saw it as the original image, the original message, was you just moving around it. Like if, like there's a roadblock and you take another street and you get through, sorry, like cat hair, you get through it. Okay. That's it. Just believe, have faith, bet on yourself. That's a key one. And I think that's it. That's all I got for you, Aries. I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and comment. So we're at 7 minutes for Taurus. Let's take a look here, Taurus. Taurus. What does Taurus need to know most, Saint Germain? All right. You're building something strong. It's going to take a lot of truth and heart for you to actually see what you're trying to build for yourself through. So some of you are going for a bit better paying job, or maybe you're starting your own business, or maybe you are starting a different degree or going to school. Sorry, I got like cat hair. I always kiss them before they always snuggle with me, and it is what it is. I don't feel it when I'm like when I'm like watching TV, but when I'm here I feel it anyway. It is what it is. But you are towards building something for yourself, a better life for yourself. This is very tricky. A lot of people start wherever you're starting and never make it. Why do people stay at mediocre jobs or jobs that pay very little? We know that I know that you have people in your life, I know I do, right, who just continuously strive for very little for themselves. And the difference between those who make it like what I hope you do, and those who don't are the people who hold truth in their heart. And that's what you need to know most. What you're doing for yourself is a big ass deal, and what you need to do in order for you to stay on the course is to hold truth in your heart that you do deserve this. It's for you as well, that you're worth it. Truth like that, when we embody truth in our heart and our body, the doubt can't be in us. It can't exist. Like doubt and truth can't exist at the same time. They can't coexist. They're very, very different energies. And one of the things that you can do, also grounding yourself, that one's key. That's what this came through from Metatron. But you holding truth in your heart and your body, whenever those doubts come in, you will. It's such a strange thing. I have to give it. It's like the Lord of the Rings, the star. Right? You hold the star up and it just shines brightly and it protects you. It is like that. That's actually how I saw it. But the only way for you to not, I want to say, trip yourself up or fall down, or if you do fall down, get up right away, is to hold truth in your heart. And I feel like whatever you're doing, it's weighing heavy on your heart, where there's like some fears and some anxieties about whatever you're trying to build for yourself, whatever you're trying to strive for. Say, I see you getting up, using all the strength you have, all the might you have to build something or create something or move towards something that's bigger than you ever have before. And The only way to sustain that is to hold that truth in your heart, that you are worthy, and that you are deserving of this. It's the key. And you don't have to live life where you have all those doubts and you're just constantly fighting them. You can just fill your body with truth, fill your heart with truth, and it will push them out like that. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I think you'll feel it when you do it. You will feel it when you do it, but you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like they kind of just like poof, like that, like very easily. It's real nice. I love it personally, but that's how I sustain myself whenever I'm having those doubts, or usually it's because I'm ungrounded, so I do recommend the grounding as well. But it's the whole truth in your heart. But whatever you're building, it's a big deal. And this is going to lead to bigger and bigger and bigger things. Learning to handle the situation now is key for you to handle even bigger situations. So it's just important. Like, you need to get the fundamentals down, and the fundamentals require you to fill your heart with truth and love and belief in yourself. Ooh, the air came up. Yeah, belief in yourself. Okay. Anything else you want to say for the Taurus viewers, Saint Germain? Let's see, Taurus. That's it. There are some naysayers around you as well. That I see just a little bit, are people that maybe expect you to fail. I think you're one of them, by the way. That needs to be identified and healed and cleared up. The reason why people may look at us and think we'll fail at what we're failing at has nothing to do with whether we will or won't, but what's being reflected in each of us, right? So a lot of them, they think they'll fail, so that's why they're projecting that onto you. But also, there is a reflection within you that you think you may as well. So it's kind of where it's coming from. I feel like if you were to heal those fears and I think your own limiting beliefs about you failing at whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to move towards, will really solve a lot of issues here. Yeah. Yeah. So I would work on healing that. There's a crystal that's coming to my mind. Sorry, it's blue. One second. It's dark blue with light blue streaks in it. I'm having let me see if I can see. Can I get the name? Can I get the name for this? I wanted to say it was lapis lazuli. That's what I wanted to say, but I'm not sure. Hold on. Can I get a yes or no for that? I think that would work. It would. Duh. I understand. It is. I think it is lapis lazuli, but I feel like it's a third eye one and a heart crystal. But the third eye one allows us to see the truth. So when you look at yourself, you'll see the truth that you are worthy and deserving of this. It will also help fill your body with more truth. If our third eye is blocked or there's stagnant energies there, it's not able to be functional. When we look at ourselves, we don't see truth. So the truth is the key. It's your key, by the way. But how do we fill ourselves with even more truth is making sure that our third eye is open and that we are actually able to perceive the truth of the situation and of ourselves. You are an abundant person that can do this. And that's the truth, period, end of the story. And when you're filling yourself with truth, all that negativity is released. There's that crystal. I wanted to say that it could be blue. It's like a blue teaching stone. I'll see if the name comes to me and I can write it down, but I don't think it's going to. I will look at stones and see which one stands out for you, Taurus. Any guidance that you have other than that, grounding yourself. Black stones, I see black obsidian being a key one for you as well. It will help ground you when you hold it. That's just to help with the grounding itself. It also absorbs some of that negativity that you may have. Suck it up. All right. So that's all I got for you, Taurus. I want to thank you. And very exciting stuff for whatever you're building for yourself or starting or moving towards. Everyone starts where you're starting, and the only way is to remind ourselves of that truth. And you may have to do it daily, multiple times a day. It doesn't mean anything, right? Just do it when you need to do it and you won't falter. All right. That's all I got. Thank you. Don't forget to like and take care. All right. So we're at 14 minutes. 14 seconds for Gemini. Alrighties. So let's take a look here. Saint Germain, can you tell me what does Gemini need to know most right now? You are stuck between the past and the future. There's something that I feel is maybe your Achilles heel, something that keeps tripping you up. I definitely feel a comparison to other people's successes and what other people are doing, or maybe even worrying about how other people perceive us. But you are definitely stuck in this in between of my past and of your future, right? Your future and your past, right? But you're stuck in this in between. I think the biggest thing that I see as a blockage and a barrier is the comparisons. Is you constantly worrying about how other people perceive you, or even maybe even feeling left out, or even feeling excluded, or even feeling like you're not being seen or valued. These things, these feelings, all come from within yourself. They have even if someone was actually choosing to try to not ignore you on purpose, it has that feeling that you have when they're doing this has nothing to do with their actions. It's everything to do with that feeling within yourself, right? You don't value yourself, or you don't see yourself, or you're not appreciating yourself. There's something like this. There's this whatever this is. I think it's a combination of all of that and some other stuff. Is your barrier between where you need to go and kind of where you're stuck right now. The suggestion is for you to identify some of the parts of you that are comparing yourself to other people's successes, and if other people are valuing you and seeing you the way that you want to be seen. I understand, right, that desire, right, to want to be valued for all that you can do, and it hurts a little bit, right, at times because of feelings you have within yourself when you don't feel like you are being valued and appreciated for what you're bringing to the table. I think you do whatever you do. I think you do it quite well, and you are a valuable person, an asset to society. However, I feel you at times are not seeing that value, so therefore you're looking for this recognition outside of yourself, which is leading you to be disappointed because no one's going to give it to you, baby, right? So the problem is within yourself, but how it's expressing itself is you're looking for outside of you. And what you need to do to move to the next chapter is for you to actually acknowledge that you are a benefit of, you are perfect, you are loved, you are cared for, you are seen, but all those feelings have to come from within, not what you're trying to do is find it with outside of yourself. Even if someone did value you and see you, blah blah blah, it's temporary. The feeling's temporary. It actually doesn't even measure up to what we give ourselves. Any feeling or like any kind of energy we give ourselves is like this high. Anything we get from anyone else is like this much. It's like that's drastic of a difference, right? So I tell you that just so you can understand that, even if you were to try to get this recognition outside of yourself, it won't measure up to what you could give yourself if you're giving it to yourself already. There are, I want to say, like maybe in meditation, you can call forth maybe some beings of light to help you recognize your talents, and you, or even recognize what's keeping you from seeing your talents. But that seems to be the thing. It's like you're at this, I don't know, way station. I don't know if that's a word, but you're at this point where it's like you should be moving to the next thing. But this barrier is as you needing recognition from someone or something, and you're not going to get it. You're not meant to get it from them. You're meant to give it to yourself. That's the key. It's like like you're making food and it's the ingredient you're missing. Yeah, it's just that missing ingredient that needs to be added, and then you're going to feel fulfilled. It's going to feel complete. Sorry, air is coming up. And you're going to feel whole enough to move on to the next chapter. You are ready for what's next as well. But it does require you giving yourself the stuff that you seem to be looking for outside of you. So how this is, some of you could be looking for love, right? You're like, I want love, or I need love, or blah, blah, blah. You would never long for love if you were giving it to yourself. Maybe company. Yeah, that one's, you know what I mean? It's very difficult to be your own company, right? But, like love itself, if people always ask that, I need love, Yeah, give it to you. I'm not sure. I feel like this is more recognition, though. You wanting to be seen, you wanting to look to be valued for what you do, what you contribute. That's the feeling I have, but it could be any of the things, right? Look for, like, I feel these moments where you're seeking something from someone else and give it to you. If you give it to yourself, it solves everything, right? And that's the point. The point is, it does solve everything. Any last guidance that you have, Saint Germain, for Gemini? That's it. he does recommend looking in the mirror and then telling yourself, I love you, or I see you, or I appreciate you, stuff like that. Repeatedly saying it will help draw, like, it will help sink it in. Yeah. And really feeling when you say it as well. That's being key. You can't just like logically say something, it won't work. You have to feel it. So repeatedly say, like, I appreciate you, I appreciate you, I appreciate you, that being key. Something like that. So I'm not sure what your issue is or what this thing is exactly, but repeatedly say it to yourself in the mirror and you will feel it. And it's you literally giving it to yourself, and then you won't look for it outside of yourself. Okay. Yeah. But this new chapter really big. I see it as like that. It's interesting. I don't know if you feel like you're a big fish in a small pond, but whatever this is, the next chapter, you're gonna feel like a small fish in a really large ocean. And it requires you to be really self-sufficient for your next chapter. That's what this is all about. That's why there's a block here. There is a lack of self-sufficiency when it comes to the energies you're seeking or needing from others. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I thank you. Don't forget to like and comment. Thank you, Gemini. So we're at 20 minutes and 51 seconds for Cancer. So let's take a look here. Saint Germain, can you tell me what does Cancer need to know most right now? It really hurts the solar plexus. I think right now, what you need to know most is kind of what you need to focus on most right now, and that is your triggers. There is a need for you to focus more on what's triggering you, what's holding you back, and what's keeping you stuck in a place that you don't belong. It is coming from the solar plexus, and I want to say the ego itself that seems to be kind of keeping you in a little bit of a I see, like, those animations of, like, in the cartoon. I am watching cartoons right now, but where it's like you're dazed and someone's spinning like that, like you're just spinning. I see you in this energy, where you're kind of dazed and confused. You don't know what to do. You know where to go. It's like you kind of get hit by a trigger, I think, or something just like hits you, and it feels like it affects you very deeply. I think it's because you're triggered. I feel like you need to focus on what's triggering you, maybe even your fears and all the things that you have doubts for, and start to heal those things. A lot of times when we're in our spiritual journey, right, we try to just move very fast. When I first started my spiritual journey, I wasn't really moving. In fact, I was just healing on what I knew I needed to deal with. And I feel like that's actually what you need to hear, because that's what you need to be doing right now. You need to focus on what's my thing right now, what's popping up in my life that I need to address, because if you don't address it, it's going to hit you later, and you're going to keep getting up and stopping, getting up and stopping. And when we get up and we stop constantly, it is very disheartening, right? It makes us feel unmotivated. It makes us feel like there's no point. And it has nothing to do with the path we're on. It has everything to do with what we choose not to focus on and what we're choosing not to address. And the issue for you, right, and what you need to hear most is that you need to address these things now. I wouldn't wait. I would actually, whatever's been popping up for you, address those first, and let whatever's popping up for you in the future, or near future, address that then, right? And when you feel ready to start to get up and move, then start moving. Because if you get up and stop, you will you will stop getting up, because it's annoying and you won't want to move. And you don't have anyone else to blame, right? You can go ahead and try to blame the past, or try to blame how the way the world works, but in reality, you've put yourself through that, right? You're putting yourself through. I want to say, like, that's devastating for me. If I had to go through that, I would be absolutely devastated. And I've had situations like that where I've tried, and so devastating to just like fail again and again, to the point where you just like, I had to leave this right now because I can't, right? You don't want that experience, not for what you're dealing with. And it's okay to pause. It's okay to take a break and actually self-reflect and really look at what you're doing and what needs to be addressed, right? That's just being the key component here that Saint Germain's saying. It happens a lot. I see a lot of people doing this where they just want to move. What are you moving towards? You don't even know, right? Or you think you know, but I promise you it's not that, right? It probably doesn't exist, but it's like you're trying to move towards somewhere, and it's like your car's barely working. Let's fix it, right? Let's fix the car, right? So it can get some good mileage. But that's it. That's where your message is. Let's see. Is there any guidance that you have for Cancer on how to maybe address this? Yes, there is a little bit. I see, if for those of you that have your third eye activated, using your mind's eye to look at your reflection being key. Not everyone has their mind's eye activated or their third eye activated, so it may not work for you. But just reflecting, looking at yourself, even looking at yourself in the actual mirror, and see what pops up. It will draw to the surface. I know. You know, if you allow your mind to open up, it will come. I have this a lot where I'm like healing people and I see them opening their eyes and they don't want to tune into the energy. I'm like, you know, I can only give you as much as your mind allows me to give you, right? So I know that it may seem crazy or outrageous or even dumb to just look at yourself in the mirror and wait for something to pop up. But I promise you, if you set the intention, it will pop up. And it always does. So you are always supported, but that is a good way for you to really look at what you need to address now. Nothing's standing out. So I think it's a myriad of different things for all of you, but whatever needs to be addressed. And I feel like there's an impatience. I would actually address that one probably the first, right? Why are you pushing yourself when you know that when intuitively and in your heart, you know that you should be pausing? Why? Juicy, isn't it? It's a juicy question, but that's really, I would work on that one first, and then you can start to work on everything else because you need this moment to pause, and we need them every so often, and you're in that right now, and that's what is that's what your highest good demands is for you to take that pause and reflect. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I thank you, Cancer. Don't forget to like and comment. All right, so we're at 26 minutes and 20 seconds for Leo. Okay, Saint Germain, can you tell me what does Leo need to know most right now? For one, you need to know things are going to get better. I'm not sure what area of life this is, but it feels like there's a sore spot. I don't know if sore spot's quite the right phrasing. You know, when I think I want to leave it at sore spot. I'm not getting any other examples, but there's just an area of your life that just seems to be this like this constant I don't know, it's like you kind of want to pull your hair out, right? You kind of want to just like hit your head against the wall. You know, it's a lot. It's funny. Saint Germain is bringing up how we don't feel that, right? You're hearing this, and maybe you're not feeling that, but you're going to get hit with what I'm actually referring to as something that's been a repeating theme in your life. And so, whatever that moment is that's coming, that makes you feel like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened again, or oh my God, I'm dealing with this again, or oh my God, I have not made any progress on this, and it's just like you just don't want to you don't want to keep going. You don't even see the point. What Saint Germain is saying is when that moment hits, and it has hit recently, then has hit, but it will be hitting soon. Not to give up on yourself, not to. I know there is guidance that's coming through, so I'll get to that in a second. But the point is for you not to give up and not to throw in the towel. You know, there's times when we throw in the towel for a day, and I've done it, right? I'm just like I'm like enough of this. I won't. I'm tired of it. Then you come back to it. It kind of reminds you when I saw my uncle trying to fix a mower or lawnmower, and he got so frustrated he broke it even more, and then he tried to go back and fix it. But don't do that, right? If you need a moment, take a moment, right? You know, if you need to break it, then do it, right? Chaos always leads to harmony, so that is what it is. But what Saint Germain wants to say is that, you know, you're gonna want to give up on something, but you are not to. The guidance that's coming through for the situation or whatever this theme is, I think it's a repeating theme or a repeating situation or repeating a cycle, right? That you're just like, oh my God, I'm about to pull all of this out, kind of thing. What Saint Germain is saying is for you to look at it from a different angle than what you're currently looking at it. I know that seems like so obvious, right? But in reality, when you get really frustrated, you're not doing that. You're not keeping your mind open, and you're not keeping, I feel, the other angles open for you to see things from a different point of view. There is an exercise that you can do. You can put it on a totem or a pedestal, and then walk around your problem, whatever problem this is, and see it from different angles, and you will find different solutions. And one of these is going to work. You kind of know which one it is, by the way, but whatever this is, it's like something that just, it's going to make you just want to quit. like just quit. Like I cannot believe it's this again, right? Something like that. Just look at it from a different angle, and you will find a solution here that you're not seeing. And if that doesn't work, try another solution. And I understand how frustrating it is. And whatever this is, I think you may have been trying the same thing over and over again. It's not working. Um, um, can I be a little real with you? You try the same thing over and over again to fix an issue and it's not working. Who do you have to blame for that, right? Let's be real about that. But you try different solutions, you try different angles, you will find one that works and that will last for whatever theme or cycle this is. But it does require you not to give up. And if you give up for that day, let yourself cool off. Normal, I do it all the time. Don't think I'm not there. And I go back to it and then I address it. And you're always grateful for not giving up on yourself. You really are. Um, but we've all hit those limits, have we not? Usually we have an activation, by the way. We have like something, strength we tap into, we hadn't tapped into before, right? Perseverance we tap into that we didn't have before, right? Access to that energy that we didn't have access to before. So it is what it is. Those things, those quitting moments are purposeful. But the whole point is you not quitting and you looking at it from a different angle, and it's going to solve everything. And this will apply to any kind of problem that you have. Any kind of, he said, any kind of problem that you have in your life that persists. That's something that you're going to want to do. Okay. Anything else? Any other guidance for Leo? Keep your chin up. There is something that's coming up. What Saint Germain is saying is for you to take like a break, like do something creative or do something that helps release that outlet. It is important, that you do something that whatever kind of helps you out of that state that you're in. I'm not like, kind of reminds you like going out and having fun or just like blowing off some steam. It's that feeling. Do something like that if you feel called to. Don't sit and wallow in anger and make yourself even more angry, right? Do something that helps you vent and release what needs to be released so that you can go back with a clear head. Okay. That's beautiful. Anyway, I thank you, Leo. Don't forget to like and comment. Alrighty. Let's see. We're at 3100. Okay. Sorry, I had to pause it, Virgo. I had to clear a low vibration. Actually, it was extraterrestrial. Anyway, constantly by me. Anyway, so what we're asking today, Saint Germain, can you tell me what does Virgo need to know most right now? It's kind of something I got for you a little bit before. I definitely feel it was who's coming towards you. You're getting new invites to places, people, places, things. These invites are very, very, very important for you and your life. And I feel for what you need to bring in as terms of energy. It's not the only thing though. I see you networking and meeting new people and having new experiences that are very beneficial for you as well. Saint Germain, can you tell me like what does Virgo need to know about that? All work, no play needs to change. There is a need for more time for fun and excitement. It's not the only thing. Once I go, it's take the opportunities when they arise. Right now, when it comes to invitations and people headed into your life that want to hang out with you, I feel like you may maybe want to say no, or maybe want to say you're busy. The messages that are coming through from Saint Germain is that you do need to say yes. It's like the typical thing. It's something that I've even noticed whenever I'm working, where it's like I don't. It kind of. I have solved this issue, but it was like there was a period. It was like a couple weeks ago. It was before I was receiving the Pleiadean energy that I'm supposed to be receiving. I felt when I would do readings, I would feel so drained. Like I was like, oh my god, I have like nothing in the tap. Right, there's just nothing there, and that was crazy. It kind of reminds me of that feeling for you, a Virgo, where you're giving energy to your work or your livelihood or your goals and your aspirations, but it kind of leaves you with very little left, if any at all. And these invitations are really going to help fill you up. But I see you meeting people that you need to meet and networking and the way that you need to network. And also when you finally come back to work on your goals, you have way more energy to give. We can't give what we don't have. And that's why when we're tapped out, it is horrible. It's a horrible feeling. I have felt that I think maybe like 2 or 3 times in my life where I was just like, "Oh my god, I really don't feel like I have anything real crazy," by the way. But I'm not sure how often you're feeling that or if you're close to feeling that. The whole point is that you need to go out more, fill yourself up with that energy, and then bring it in to give it to your goals, and it's going to make your goals grow even better. I know that because logically it appears that you just need to give something more time, you need to give something more dedication. Your energy matters. Like it's kind of those things when you could have writing that has two different that has sorry writing that's come from two different people, but one is inspired and the other one's not, and they're the same language and the same writing itself, the same words, and one is more powerful than the other because of the energy that someone was able to give something. I know that it seems so crazy, right? Because logically it's just about the work you put in. That's that should be enough, right? It's not. The energy you're putting in while you are working is really going to determine how successful something is. I really do. I get it. I don't think I'm not. I haven't struggled with that, right? But the energy that you're putting in to what you are trying to build for yourself matters. It's gonna make or break it. Really, it's gonna either determine sales and volume that's beautiful, or whatever you're trying to do for yourself. That's you're making a lot of money in anyway, right? It's going to determine that, or you're going to be getting very little from it for the same work, right? Because of the energy you put in. It kind of reminds me, I did like a reading for someone. It was a pre-recorded reading. I am offering those now, by the way, but they're like, why, asking about their business and stuff like that. And I told them, I was like, the energy you're putting in, it doubts and it has fears and it has resistances to whether or not you'll have success. And therefore you're struggling to have the success. I know that it seems crazy, right? Why would my fears about the products I'm putting out there matter? But it does, because everything is energy. That's what I have for you. It's like everything is energy, and you need to understand that the energy you're putting into your work will determine how people are taking it in when they see it, even if it's online, right? It's like you kind of engage with that energy and you start like it matters. It's like when people look at my products, they see it and they know I'm sure of myself, right? I am sure. Like I know what I know. But it's like people immediately feel that whenever they're thinking about buying a product from me or anything like that. So whatever your goals are, your ambitions are, you need to have better energy putting into this to make it more profitable. And that requires you having more fun. I hope that makes sense. It's like it's all tied in, but it's not about following the logic, right? I know I explained it in a logical way. It is really how the world works, or how the place, right, that we live in works. But your energy that you're giving to your goals is subpar to what it should be to make it even better. But it requires that fun that you're missing out on, or that you may be trying to sacrifice a little bit to further your goals, but that's not helping, right? You'd honestly have to go back and redo the work, right? To make it more energized. It really is like it's like inspired writing, or any kind of like art, right? If it's inspired, it attracts more views, or it attracts more people and attracts more attention. If it's uninspired and it looks exactly the same, it won't attract it, because it's all about that energy. It really is. And that's the key for you right now, is understanding that the energy you're giving, whatever you're giving to, is insufficient to make it as profitable as you're hoping. All right. I think that's it. I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank you, Virgo. Have some fun. Please don't forget to like and comment. All right, so we're at 38 minutes. 38 minutes and 35 seconds for Libra. All right, so let's see. Libra. What does Libra need to know most, Saint Germain? Your mind. Something about your mind. One second. I am seeing you having a hard time. There is issues about how your mind is perceiving the world and the effect it's having on you. I feel mentally as well. I want to say you have beliefs, limiting beliefs. Beliefs in general are always limited, no matter what the beliefs are, right? To always be careful with that. It doesn't matter if the belief is in alignment with truth, right? Beliefs are always limited. It just limits the energy. So just be mindful of that one. But I feel like you have limiting beliefs, or lack mindset, or fears, whatever it is. That is really making your life I don't know. I want to say unsavory, but it's definitely making your life harder, right? These beliefs that you have, or these perceptions that you have of the world, or maybe even how the world should be, and it's not that way. So what do, right? Um, there's something about your beliefs or perceptions that's making your life kind of sucky and not very great. So it's kind of like a lot of people have this one where it's like you believe that love should just come easy, or you should be able to meet someone like that and it should be no brainer. But guess what? Life has other plans for you. And then, the life's not working out that way, or some other thing. Love's an easy one, maybe if it's in money, right? But whatever it is, it's like there's a belief that's within you, or a perception that's within you, that's making your life bad, right? Or making you feel very frustrated and disappointed. But if you were to remove that belief, you wouldn't feel disappointed and frustrated in the present moment as much or at all. And you will actually feel lifted and lighter as a result, because you're accepting things as they are, not what you think they should be. And that includes positive or negative. And that's being the key component for you, Libra, right now. There is a need for you to focus a little bit more on how your perceptions or beliefs are hurting and impacting your day-to-day life, because you must be disappointed, or you must be feeling disappointment about stuff. I don't feel disappointment like ever now. Like I think I'm at 6 months now not ever feeling that disappointment, and I want that for you. I want you to have that beautiful thing. When you feel disappointment, or when you feel anything negative, it really does sink your vibration, and as we know, that does not feel great. Not when you're striving for high vibration. But it's not just that, but it's it's like a quality of life issue that you have. But it's all about you. You're doing it to yourself, and how can we fix it? And that's what your message is all about, is you identifying that there is a need to fix this, that you can then start to work on fixing it. Let me see how you can do it. I would work with the ego. That's being a key one, but it's not the only one. I would also work with your subconscious mind and start to remove these things that are making you feel these ways. Life is perfect. Everything is perfect. And when it doesn't feel that way, you should be identifying these moments and starting to address them. I know that that may seem impossible, or it may seem crazy, but I promise you it's not. It's easier said than done, true. But it's not as hard as it seems, but it does require you to identify, that belief that I have about how love should work is making my life horrible, right? It's making me very disappointed and frustrated. How about I remove it? And then just let life happen. Oh, it's mind blown right there. Just so you know, it's a mind blown type of perception shift for you. But that does require you to identify that, oh, I should fix that, or I should change. Or my life experience has shown me life is more this way, or my heart says life is this way. Let me follow that truth that my heart says, not so much on what I think I should be believing, or what other people have taught me, or those platitudes that people give. Sorry, it's something like that. Or those platitudes. That's being the key one. You work on this, your life is going to feel so amazing, and you're going to feel so lifted and lighter as a result. I see this weight off of your shoulders, by the way, as well. Just weights off of your shoulders. You also know what to do in the present moment as well. That's also being a key one. It kind of frees you. I see liberation for you if you can really start to identify these things and create the necessary shifts in your life. All right. Anything else, Saint Germain? Any other guidance that you have? Just the identification of these things. They lurk in your shadows, by the way, as well. I'm seeing that they lurk in your shadows. I see them, like I'm seeing this image where it's like there's these bushes and they pop up every now and then. Like you're like, what's that? Yeah. Look, right. Pay attention. Really make sure that you are identifying it. They're not always there. They just pop up every now and then. So you don't really need to look per se, but you do need to be aware when they happen so that you can then address it, and then remove it. Yes, I would use personally, right? I would use maybe Kuan Yin to help you with removing those blocks that are there, or those things from your mind. She did that for me. Neural pathways that I had like neural pathways that led to negativity. And Kuan Yin removed them. Oh, they're real nice. So I trust your heart. Don't just ask for those things, but Kuan Yin, she's really good at removing those beliefs, right? Pulling them out. It's just energy, isn't it, right? From you. So if you wanted to address that, that would be how I would do it, or any other being that you feel connected to at the present moment in time. Okay. Thank you. Don't forget to like and comment, Libra. Alrighty, we're at 4444. Okay. Okay, for Scorpio. All right, let's take a look here. Saint Germain, can you tell me what does Scorpio need to know most right now? Life's going to get better. I am seeing you having really big issues to do with love. It seems to be like the thorn in your side kind of thing. Like love is just, it's just like this one painful situation after another, one disappointment after another, one heartbreak after another. It's like it's just this relentless, this grueling journey, this path that you're on. You know, different, you know, all of us have our different ascension paths. And I feel your ascension path is to really learn your lessons of surrounding love, right? So that you can actually experience love in its purest form. But it does require you to move through these things. There is a finite amount of lessons that you have to go through. I know that's just a consolation prize at this point, because it feels like you've just been, it's like this thing, it's like, oh my God. Like it kind of feels like, I gotta say it like this, like if love, right, or your love life or a person, you choke them, I really does feel like that. It's just like, oh, it's that level of frustration that's there. Um, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. That's the feeling I have. So you have this situation to do with love that is so frustrating, and you're just like, I guess oh my God, make your way through it. You're close to the end, by the way, as well. Some people move through that faster than others, right? If they're willing to keep moving, if they don't give up, if they keep pushing through and they keep looking for that silver lining and looking for those lessons, you move through those lessons quite quickly, right? Or you could be someone who is constantly being defeated by disappointment and heartbreak, that it's taking years, decades even, for you to find something that's significant. So I personally, right, I like to go through things as fast as possible. So I am always about, I'm looking for lessons, appreciating the lessons, and going with the flow, because I want to get to the life that I deserve. And I'm already starting to live it, which is real beautiful, by the way. I want to get to life that I deserve as soon as possible. And I don't care about the lessons I have to go through. I don't. Like, I understand the lesson. I understand the process, right? I understand that the importance of it. I am grateful for that as well, right? So I'm moving to that very quickly, and I'm making my way like full speed ahead, right, to the life that I deserve, which I'm actually already starting to take those steps, which is, oh my God, it's so amazing. Anyway, I'm not rubbing in your face, but I just want you to know that it's possible. I do this by moving very quickly. I think you are at that point of like of being defeated by your frustration. The path that you're on isn't that frustrating. What your beliefs that you have, or what perceptions you have, or even your expectations, right, about love, or love, right? So we're talking about, it could even be career, but about love that you have. That's what's making you very frustrated, not the path itself. Once you release those expectations, right? Once you release those these limiting beliefs, or these ideas that you have, or these assumptions that you have about the path that you should have been that it should look like, right? Once you release all that, you won't be as frustrated, and you won't stop as much. In fact, you probably won't stop at all, and you would move with it. These are it's one of the steps to unity consciousness, which is dualities, right? All of us have to learn to move with our dualities. Some are easier than others for each of us. Disappointment is very difficult for me to move through disappointment, but I've made a lot of progress in that one. But all of us have our own thing that it's like hard. But the idea that, the message that you need to hear is, I get that this is a thorn in your side. I get that this is frustrating. But what if you release all of that that's making it frustrating, and move through it as fast as possible, so you can get to the life that you deserve? You do deserve it, and it is available, and it does exist as well. Know that what you're going through is not for not. It's not for not. Yeah, not is that how you say it? Not for not. There is something significant there, and big, and vast. I see riches. Sorry, riches cornucopia. Like just a lot of abundance at that life. But again, you only have a finite amount of lessons, right? A finite amount. Um, you can move through those fast or not. Like, it's not limitless. That's not how this place works. Everything is finite. So if you know what I mean, like I want you to have that perspective, to be like, okay, these lessons are finite. How do I move through them faster? Learn forgive, be thankful and appreciative, and keep moving forward, and you will get to that life you deserve. But it's the lessons are really like a snippet, like a page, right? I feel like your frustration with the situations are it's chapters. That and your pain and your heartbreak are chapters. If you were to move to those very quickly, they wouldn't be chapters. And you'd get to where you want to go as fast as possible. There was another sign that came up that was talking about pausing. If you do have a lot of heartbreak that you haven't healed, you are going to have to pause and heal all of that, and then start moving again. You can't just start moving. If you watch that other part, or if it's in your chart, that message really is for you. This is what came through for Saint Germain, but it's all about understanding it's finite. What I want does exist. It does. I promise you, it does, right? But it does require you to keep going, and it does require you to keep believing. So beautiful. Yeah. And it could take you decades upon decades, right? If you want to continue to just be destroyed by these things. Or you can move real fast. I like going fast, but I like love the experience. So I understand. I know that may be difficult for some of you. But if you get in the mood or the groove of fast, you will understand what I'm talking about here. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I want to thank you, Scorpio. Please don't forget to like and comment. So we are at 51 for Sagittarius. All right. So what does Sagittarius need to know most right now? Everything that you needed to do for what's next has been done. I see you're waiting for the fruits of your labor to really start to it's kind of like that tarot card, the Seven of Pentacles, right, where you planted everything, you're just waiting for it to grow. I'm seeing that actually being the next chapter for you. You can kind of like, I'm not saying chill, I'm not saying that, but you don't need to push as hard as you might be pushing, or you don't need to worry if you are worrying. I don't see you worrying, if I'm being honest, but whatever the case is, it's kind of like everything is set for the next chapter, the next thing, the next wave of stuff to head in your direction. It just requires some waiting on your end. Your message is to be patient, right, about what's coming next, and the next chapters, the next phase of your life. So I'm going to give an example that Saint Germain gave. So let's say you started a YouTube channel and you're just doing the work and you're waiting for the success of that YouTube channel to hit, right? That will be what I mean by you've already started it. You set the groundwork, you set the foundation. You just got to keep putting in the energy into this thing, and it will reap the rewards. But I see you like this, waiting for something that's coming in your direction. It's interesting that pose isn't as open as it should be. I would open up your energy, open you up more. I would ask the higher self to open you up to more, just to keep that kind of flowing. And if you've done my money vein guided meditation, you can't have your legs or your arms crossed because it does block out the energy. It does block out some of it. So you want to receive as much as possible. This is not receiving as much as possible pose, right? This is. So I want you to kind of switch your energy, make sure it's more open. But other than that, everything feels great. Like I see you just needing to wait for it to come and keep doing what you feel called to do in the present moment. A lot of you have set a really beautiful foundation for something, or you're setting it and it's about to be finished. And it just requires you to just keep cultivating that energy, keep putting some time in. But it's like the hard work's over. That's how I see it, or how I feel. The hard work's over. It kind of reminds me when I'm on my exercise bicycle, right? It's like the hardest thing for me to do is to get all of my clothes on and the sweat shirt and pants I have, and get on the bike. Like the workout itself is not actually that hard, right? It's getting the stuff on. Also stretching. And when I stretch, my dog and my cat are always love to rub on me. This continuously is what it is. But it's like, it reminds me of that. Like the hardest thing you need to do was getting on the damn bike. And it's like all you need to coast is the rest. It's all it is, right? All the hard work you've done, or you needed to do, has been done. Now you can just coast. Some means this could be your healing, by the way. It's just an example that popped through in my mind, but it's important that you know that everything's set, everything's flowing. You can be more open, obviously. Ask the higher self, but that's about it. Any other guidance that you have, Saint Germain, for Sagittarius? on, you know, what's headed in a direction. Let it grow. Appreciate it more, I guess, will be the thing. You know, you built something or you're growing something, that is a big deal. I feel like you need to appreciate what you're building more, like, and it's more of like, this could even be like a healing issue you have about appreciating what you're capable of, more. I don't know what you're doing, but it's a big deal, and you should actually really see it that way. You shouldn't, you know, you don't need someone to tell you that. You should just know. So some of you may not know how big of a deal what you're doing really is, and I think that you need to connect more to that energy, and that is how you do that, is being appreciative and grateful for what you're building for yourself. It's kind of like, you know, when you see like I saw like a plant growing, and you're like, there's this leaf growing, like, oh my god, the leaf's growing. And I know that that may seem like an exaggeration, but it really isn't, because it's you celebrating yourself. That is never an exaggeration. And I kind of feel like you may have a little bit of a block there, or you may feel a little weird about celebrating yourself, but you really do need to do that. And you should, because of where you are currently. You're sitting pretty. That's where it's like you're sitting pretty. And all you need, some use this could be a job application, or this place you wanted to work out, or a new business or something. It's like all you need, you should really, really, really appreciate the fact that you did it, because it's a big deal. It's like big deal. Yeah. And it's just all about celebrating the self. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Any last thing, Metatron or Saint Germain? That's it. Fruits of your labor is what he's bringing up. Whatever this is, it's going to bring a lot of abundance, or a lot of whatever this is going to bring a lot of what you're looking for in it. I saw it grow into a tree, where it just keeps reaping more harvest. Some of this could be a passive income type thing, but I'm not sure. But whatever this is, it's just something. It's a gift that keeps on giving. It's a tree that keeps on giving. Truly, yeah. Everything was good. All right. I want to thank you, Sagittarius. Don't forget to like and comment. All right. So we're at 56 minutes and 35 seconds for Capricorn. Alrighty. So let's take a look here. Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know most right now? There is a big shift about to happen in your life. I see it as really, really being key. I don't know if there's a pessimism within you that may assume things are negative, or you've had experiences in life that they constantly disappoint. Because it feels around the right side of the solar plexus, like this is pain here, this energy that's attached here to you. But there's a big shift happening in your life, and I feel like your ego is going to try to defend you, or may even try to repel this shift or keep it from you, because you're worried about more disappointment, or you're worried about something bad happening. The message that you need to hear is this big shift that's happening for you is happening for you. It always was, by the way, no matter how disappointing it may have been, no matter how devastating these things are, right? They're always for us. I really do understand how hard that is to believe at times, but it really is the case. But I feel like the shift that's happening could very well be blocked by your ego, or it could be an opportunity that to take something, and you may not want to take it because you're worried about the other shoe dropping or something bad happening. And your guidance, or even just your message that's coming through, is that you are to take it. It's meant for you. I feel like your intuition is really going to be humming when it comes to this new thing, or this opportunity, or this big shift that's happening in your life. However, I think your past hurts, past disappointments, and past experiences that you haven't maybe dealt with or healed, or never quite saw the silver lining in. If you can't see the silver lining in something, it's real difficult to heal. It's really difficult to be appreciative of it. That was one of the first things that I would constantly look at. That was even before I woke. I even had the awakening, or the second awakening that I had. Blah blah blah. Right. It was like I would always look for the silver linings. Sure, that was horrible. I mean, that was a horrible thing, but at least this, right? I feel like that is going to be key for you to make sure that the past experiences don't affect you that greatly. But I think your intuition and your heart is really going to be leading you to this new thing, this new shift. But I think your ego and your mind are going to want to kind of block this out. Your guidance is to follow your heart, follow your intuition, and yeah, follow your heart, follow your intuition. Anything else, Saint Germain, on this that you have? No, whatever this is a gift. I saw someone putting coins in your hand. Like they're just giving this to you. It's like that. Such a strange thing, but it's something. It's like someone, maybe someone being generous, or yeah, it is what it feels like. It could be someone even giving you a job opportunity in a new place. And it's just, you're like, oh, I don't know, right? It's just like, I got this job. It seems consistent, blah blah blah. Maybe I should stay here. No, this is, follow your heart, no matter what, right? It is leading you to the life that you deserve, but it's coming from some kind of generous offer. Someone's making you some kind of offer that is somehow benefiting your life and is going to create a big shift. But your mind and your subconscious is going to want to reject it because it's trying to protect you. And it's not actually protecting you. That's the thing, right? It's hurting you. And that's why this is your message, okay? Anything else that you want to say to the Cancer, sorry, not Cancer, Capricorn, of viewers? That's it. You do deserve more, better. You are worthy. That's something you need to hear. I know I really do get it, right? Our consciously we know that we're worthy, blah blah blah. But I'm talking to the parts that are not aware, that need to hear that from someone, especially from someone who has divine truth, because that really hits home. But so just keep that in mind. I know, don't try to say, oh, I know I'm abundant, or I know I deserve it. Yeah, let it sink in to the parts of you that don't know. I promise you, I used to be defensive like that all the time as well. I used to be deflect all the time as well. It doesn't serve you. Let it sink in. All right. So you deserve this. You are worthy. You are abundant. And you do deserve happiness in the life that you deserve, that you do deserve all these beautiful things. And your heart is leading you there in the fastest way possible. And that does require some heartbreak, right? Your heart's leading you to situations that are for your benefit, that may not be pleasant, but it is leading you to the fastest. It's like the highway, right? It really is. Like, it's like the e-way, right? The expressway, right? It's trying to lead you to the fastest possible way to get there. And it does sometimes lead you to situations that may hurt. So I don't actually think this one is. I think this is a big one that's going to really shift your life. And it's a very generous offer that you're getting. And it feels almost too good to be true. Yeah, it's the feeling I have, but it's not, because if you knew how deserving you are, if you knew how abundant you are, I mean, in your totality, right? If you knew how amazing you are and how perfect you are, you wouldn't doubt this offer at all. It would be like, oh yes, right? But that's what the ego's using and what your mind's using to keep you protected and shielded. Okay, so don't let it, because it's not helpful. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I want to thank you, Capricorn. Don't forget to like and comment. So let's see, we're at 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so we're on Aquarius. Alrighty, so what does Aquarius need to know most right now? Right now is a really big period of you starting to think of brand new ideas or brand new goals for yourself. I'm not saying that you've met all your goals currently right now, but I think you have enough time, enough energy to start to think of, what else can I be doing right now with my time, or what else can I be doing right now that's going to benefit me in the future. Some of you may want to think of a passive income or something like that. You see those, at least they pop up in my feed. I never read those articles, but they're always popping up. Oh, this side hustle, it makes this much an hour, blah blah. We hear those stories a lot, and they're so important that we all learn to have something like that. You need another idea. So some of it doesn't have to be about money. It could be about something that's creative, but you're in the energy of like, I could do something else right now. And you need to start to figure out, since you have the time and the energy, right, what else you can do. What else you can do? Some of you, if you, let's say you don't think you have time, right? Ditch the things that don't matter, like TV and phone, and then you will start to have plenty of time. But whatever the case is, it feels like you're in this energy of like, I can think of some. You're in the energy of receiving good ideas as well, or the energy of creating new ideas for yourself. And it's important that you hop on this and utilize these things, because that's what's going to help benefit your future life. A lot of you are wanting a better life for yourself, or a life that you deserve, but it requires these ideas that you're now open to and able to give time and energy to. So it's a very important time for you to start to build on a better future for yourself. It kind of reminds you when I had the ideas to start my own YouTube channel, or when I had ideas to maybe start healing. I was like, oh, I should just start doing this. I just feel like I should just give it a try. And it brought in a lot of money, brought in a lot of income. And I tell you that because it feels like you're in that one of those very pivotal points in your life where you can now take the reins on something new that you may not have been able to balance out in your life before, but now you're in a good position right now to tackle something that may seem a little bit bigger. Or something that you may not have had enough time or enough energy to give to, but you're in that position now. But whether or not you want to do it, Tart says, I feel like you should, but this is your message. So I imagine there may be some blocks or restrictions here. I think, because I see you on a staircase and you're going up, 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 right, like that. If you want to keep going up, you need you need another idea, at least one or two. One at least, but I see there being two different ideas that you're going to cultivate. Harvest as well, and bring in a lot of abundance and of all kinds of love, fulfillment, money, blah blah blah, right? It's you're gonna bring in so much with these things. But this is a very you're in that season, right? That's, I don't know if it's spring or before spring, whatever. I think it is before spring, right? Just before spring, where you're gonna start to plant new things, and you need to plant some real good ones. And this is gonna be sorry, just that feeling in my heart is like, oh, the excitement. Open yourself up to these ideas and start to cultivate and plant them. I will pick the best ones, obviously, the ones that you feel most drawn to, the ones that seem most exciting. Those are the ones that your heart naturally knows, or you're going to have the most success in. So that's not, you can pick whatever, but this is what I would do. But yeah, that's your message. It's just like, wow, you have, it's interesting. It's like I see all this abundance and fulfillment flowing to you as well, this energy, and you can really, really capitalize on it. A lot of energy just passes through us, or we just let go of it because there's no outlet for it. So make sure that you have outlets for this abundance that's headed in your direction. Let's say, if you work an hourly job, you know what I mean, and you have all this abundance flowing to you, you won't make more money. It's not possible, right? You have an hourly job, so you need like an outlet to bring in all this extra income that's flowing in your direction. So create one. That's the feeling I have. So that's why I thought it felt like passive income to me, or something that kind of does itself, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, anything else, Saint Germain, that you have for Aquarius? No, keep your mind open. Start to cultivate and harvest these ideas. It's a big deal. I see this growing fast as well, because the energy you have is so much. When you put energy into this new idea or this passion project of yours, it's going to grow like that because there's so much energy flowing through you. That's the point. So that's why it's like, do it. Do it. All right. Don't forget to like and comment, Aquarius. I do appreciate it. So we are on 750 for Pisces. All right, let's take a look here. So what does Pisces need to know most right now? So I feel heartbreak on you, within your heart center. The first thing I leaned on, and what I got coming through was, I feel like there is a need for you to address. Sorry, it hurts. A need for you to address some of your heartache and heart pain. I do get, like, it's not pleasant. No one wants to do it, right? No one wants to face these things. I believe that there is a limiting belief within your mind that tells you when you meet the right person, or when you meet people, they're going to heal you. That does happen, by the way, right? It's not impossible. But we shouldn't hold our breath for that. You don't have to live a life where you're carrying this heartache or this pain on your heart until someone else walks into your life. You can actually deal with that now. I mean, this is actually a path to sovereignty, right? As where you learn to be self-sufficient and learn to heal these wounds that are persisting on your heart. I feel like there's heaviness there. I see it at the top like on that ring, like, like that. But a lot heavy in the top, maybe even in the higher heart chakra. But what your message is there is a need, there is it would benefit you greatly if you were to start to face these things and heal them now. And it's like, it's not about anyone else involved or getting anyone else to come in, right? Blah blah blah. I know sometimes we like to use that, like, we need to heal ourselves before we find love, blah blah blah. In reality, I don't even know if it works that way. If I'm being honest with you, I don't even know if it works that way. But I do know that you living with that pain, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to live like that. You deserve to live a life of freedom, live a life of being free, live a life of that liberation from your past and from your past hurts and past pains. So what your message is for you to focus on that right now and heal the heart totally and completely. I see some healing in the front part of giving love out. You have really big blocks to receiving love. That seems to be your key one. That's a big one. But there's also around the rim of the heart, the edges and the top part, and on the like all around. So I would focus on healing those things. One of the things that is stepping, or sorry, that I'm receiving, that Saint Germain is giving, is a being that's stepping forward, and it's the compassion dragons. I have been meaning to do my dragon tree guided meditation to create your dragon tree. It came through when I was in the shower, and like, oh my god, still have to do that, don't I? I have to do the mother one as well. Oh, I'm slow with these things. Sorry. I'm gonna do it. So that you can just like tug on the tree. You see me doing that whenever I'm doing live streams. I'm tugging on. Oh, I'm tugging on the tree itself, and I'm calling on the beings, the dragons from different families. I recommend that you I recommend that you call on them. You can use your own dragon to be the link to call on the compassion and love dragons to help heal your heart. I would probably do it before bed, and then ask them to do it at night. Probably 7 days will be the key. I see at least 6, but 7 days of you healing your heart, and you'll wake up very lifted. I promise you're gonna feel amazing. And that's what I want for you. Like, I don't. It's not about who cares if someone's gonna come in and help you heal that. Like, okay, right? But why don't you get started on your now and really remove all this and be free of it. And it's important. It's important for you. It's important that you do it on your own, because if we're always relying on other people, we have to wait. I don't like waiting personally. I'm not that person, but it's not necessarily bad. But what your message is that there is heaviness that's on your heart, and it can be dealt with today. The suggestion is, and the guidance is for you to start to deal with it. And again, the compassion and the love dragons being the key ones. I would also call upon the violet flame dragons, because I saw like stuff that's like, it's like built up like plaque. The violet flame dragons, they're able to burn up, transmute. That's what they do. They do transmutation. They're able to burn up the heaviness that's there. So it's just something that's coming through. But you don't have to use them. You can heal on your own, or release that on your own, or see someone that does healing. I do recommend Laura Nani. She's a healer I actually see myself. I will link her in the description section, if you do want to check that out. I'm not offering healing right now. So if you want to heal, I recommend, if that stands out like, oh, I should get that. Yeah, I think you should as well. Okay. But Laura Nani is the one. Okay. But yeah, that's what I got for you, Pisces. I want to thank you for being here. I do appreciate all of you. I want to remind you all that I do have a bookings open, a live stream readings, pre-recorded readings, and live readings, Akashic karma clearings, and guided meditations. I have a lot of guided meditations out right now. So I thank you so much, and take care, and bye everyone.